Earlier he was down almost 50,000. And now he's only down about 20. Of course I say only. Patrick Antonius always lucky with the ladies. Not so lucky today, up down over $40,000 already. Button slides over to Eric Seidel. Small blind. Alan Cunningham, big blind. Andy the block. Rock.
Pass. 600 to play. 2,000 to play.
Those carefully stacked chips hiding the 9-7 of spades of Phil Ivey. This has pretty much been the theme of the day as well. We've seen Ivey raising it with some questionable hands, and Tony G almost always calling him. Yeah, and here's Alan Cunningham in the pot as well with his 5-4 diamonds. This one's three-handed to the flop.
3 pairs.
Pot's a little over $7,000 right now to the flop.
9 ace ace.
The 9 court Phil.
Check.
Now if you're Ivy, you don't want to see 1 ace, but 2 aces is okay.
Pass.
Yeah, his bet's going to take this one down. And another pot gets Phil Ivey ever closer to getting out of it. He was struck beforehand. Almost $80,000. Now it's closer to 30,000. Phil Ivey told me a story during the break where he turned $400 into $40,000 at a roulette table. And the action is on, Phil Ivey. Let's see if he can get that luck from the roulette table over to the poker table.
Pass. 600 to play. Pass, pass.
First position 9-3 offsuit. Not quite Phil Ivey's kind of hand. Passed round to Eric Seidel, who pumped it up to 2,000 in the cut-off position. Alan Cunningham on the button calling with a weaker ace, but with position.
Pass.
And you won't see Alan Cunningham calling that out of position, but on the button, he thinks it's playable. So these two to the flop.
4-5-7.
7-5-4 rainbow there. Seidel's still ahead. Cunningham has picked up a wheel draw. He can catch a deuce.
Check.
He can also catch a 6, but if he does, it's going to get him into trouble. Exactly. Makes a bigger strike for Eric. That gives him a flush draw.
Check.
A lot of cards here for Alan Cunningham. He can catch a 3, a deuce, or a club. Or he can bet and take it, which is what it looks like is going to happen. Probably the best way to do it. The advantage with the bet, of course, it's a semi-bluff. If he gets a caller, he's got plenty of cards he can hit to get out of it. And Seidel's head fold there. It's interesting. Seidel might not think Cunningham has much, but he has less. Or at least he'll feel like he has less anyway. Yeah. Phil Ivey in the big blind here. Action is on Patrick Antonius. Queen 10 offsuit. Not a hand he's going to play in first position. Round to Tony. Still stuck but not tilting. Tony G has not played many hands since he pulled up the extra 50,000 he needed. So I've been quite impressed with Tony G's play today. Yeah, so far. Don't think he's done too much wrong. Just goes to show you don't have to have you don't have to play bad to get stuck in this kind of a game. Button raised by Andy Block.
12.
Only one man to get through. It's Phil Ivey. It's not going to happen that you will get through it very often.
So we put the cards on, please.
It's one of those times you go, it's only one man, but sometimes when you're playing in Phil Ivey, it feels like playing 3 men.
2 players. King 8-5.
Andy Block has outflopped him now.
2,000.
How do you play this if you Phil? Looks like he's going to do a little check raise here.
With 4 more.
I want to find out where I am. I know you're going to make a continuation bet on this flop. I want to see if you've actually got any of it. And it's a tough spot for Andy Block here. He's got second pair and a bad kicker to go with it. So,
Fourth call.
but he's decided to call. Let's see if that slows Phil down or not.
Queen.
Needs one more decent sized bet to probably power this one through, especially with another big scare card. And you wonder what Andy Block is calling with there. Does he think either he's making this move with spades or with nothing? You know, he could just decide that his opponent's got none of this.
14,000.
So now he's going to fire a second bullet here, $14,000 into a $16,000 pot. And if you thought it was a tough spot to call on the flop, it's even tougher now. Well, the problem here for Andy Block also is, if you call this bet, you have to know you're probably going to face a good river bet as well. If he calls this bet, it'll be a $46,000 pot. And you might be faced with a good $40,000 bet on the river. And are you prepared to call that much money off with just a pair of eights?